10 things to know before going to South Africa. When you say South Africa, it sends most people back to the apartheid era, and others see right away lions, safaris, and Mandela. But what else do you know about South Africa? It is the country of origin of most of your favorite dances, the first African country to have legalized same-sex marriage. But hey, we're not going to quote everything in this introduction. So let's just stop right here and find out for yourself through this video the 10 things you need to know about South Africa. Now, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new video. Let's get into it. Marinade of music and dances. South African music speaks volumes about its ability to celebrate all aspects of its diverse culture. And first, did you know that they have a multilingual national anthem? Yep, it's called Nkosi Sikelel' iAfrika. Elsewhere in South Africa, people play Kwaito, which is the African house music style. They also play jazz, hip-hop, Afrikaans rock, African gospel, classic rock, pop, traditional drums, Afrikaans, saki-saki, and many others. As for dancing, it has always been of great importance in South Africa. It is versatile and energetic. It was first a form of celebration for ancestors' worship, as well as a way for warriors to show their strength as they approached combat. The country has different styles of dance that each tell a story, whether it started in response to oppression or just groove fun. South African dance sets trends with its unique dance styles. Religion dominates there. Religion holds a central place in the lives of most people in South Africa, Lesotho, and Swaziland, where churches are generally very busy. Christianity dominates in all three countries, its followers representing 80% of the South African population. Among the most important, the Dutch Reformed Church has more than 1 million members and more than 1,000 temples or churches in the country. Some 15% of South Africans identify as atheists or agnostics, while Muslims, Hindus, and Jews together make up less than 5% of the population. About 1% of the population of South Africa hold traditional African beliefs, whose rites and practices have a significant influence on the life and culture of the region. Visiting the Sangoma, which stands for healer, for Muti, which stands for traditional remedy, is common even among Christians. Okay, yeah, that's kind of interesting. All right, moving on. Land of the highest bungee jump in the world. With a height of 216 meters, it is the highest bungee jump in the world. It is a place that every tourist should visit at all costs during their stay in South Africa. On the Blue-Krans Bridge in South Africa, you can jump from 216 meters high, a vertiginous fall in a magnificent setting. The bridge overlooks a crystal clear river and lush forest. Is it kind of frightening? Of course it is. Well, but there's nothing to worry about, since in its 25 years of existence, people who have visited it have had no accident thus far. Even though they may be stressed before the big jump, the staff are there to lighten the mood. A culinary world. South African cuisine is a blend of recipes from certain cultural groups that have been around for over 350 years. Cuisine practiced by indigenous people, the cuisine of the Cape Malay people is also included. Corn and bean stew in the Eastern Cape, game and cherries in the Free State, curries in Durban, lobster on the West Coast, and lamb in the Karoo, the Hunder Paste, chicken pie, biltong, a salted dried meat, boboti, a dish of Malay origin, meatloaf with raisins and grilled egg on top, homemade pork sausage, and spicy beef. The variety of typical dishes of the country is almost infinite. One of the favorite desserts of South Africans is melktet, milk pie, usually sprinkled with cinnamon, custard melkos, and clapperted, a coconut pie. Thanks to its cultural diversity, tourists thoroughly enjoy a trip to the world of the gastronomy. First African country to legalize same-sex marriage. In 2006, South Africa became the first African country to legalize same-sex marriage, which meant it was the fifth country in the world to recognize same-sex marriage. The prohibition of discrimination based on sexual orientation is even enshrined in their constitution. A bill was also introduced in 2018 to criminalize hate crimes and speech, and in 2020, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa enacted the Civil Union Amendment Act, which prohibits marriage agents to refuse to perform sex marriages. Cape Town, in particular, is one of the top travel destinations for LGBTQ people. Some even call it the gay capital of Africa. Traditional South African fashion. Traditional clothing is one of the most creative forms of expression and one where South Africans like to show off their diverse culture. There are many traditional styles in South Africa due to the ethnic and cultural diversity. But we are only going to talk about the traditional styles of the Zulus, Xhosa. The traditional Zulu dress code is animal skin for men and skirts decorated with hardwood beads for women. The Xhosa dress features intricately sewn patterns on blankets worn by both men and women. The other symbol that explains the Xhosa tradition is female makeup, because for the Xhosa people, face painting supposedly enhances beauty, and in fact, no traditional outfit is complete without it. Large fruit producer. Fruit farming in South Africa consists of a wide variety of fruits, from oranges, apples to table grapes and dragon fruit. South Africa is a land of fantastic fruit and one of the main fruit-producing countries in the world. Over 50% of South Africa's agricultural exports are fruits, which contribute 2.5% to South Africa's domestic profit (GDP) growth. Figures from Fruit South Africa indicated that over 4.7 million tons of fruits are produced in South Africa, of which 59% are exported, 28% are used for processing, and 12% sold locally. Citrus at 55% constitute the bulk of the country's fruit production, while palm and stone fruits constitute 34%. Information on harvesting and processing the fruit is available in all 11 South African languages to help all South Africans appreciate the bounty of their land. There are 3 capital cities in South Africa. South Africa does not have an official capital. However, South Africa is generally considered to have 3 capitals, including Cape Town, Pretoria, and Bloemfontein. In fact, there's Cape, which is the legislative capital since it hosts the parliament, then Pretoria, which plays the role of national capital. Located in the province of Gauteng, in the northeast of the country, Pretoria hosts the executive branch, that is to say, the residence of the President of the Republic and ministries, and finally Bloemfontein, located in the center of the country, which is the seat of the Supreme Court of Appeal. And to these 3 cities, one should add Johannesburg, South Africa's largest city and economic hub. The Stock Exchange and Constitutional Court also sit there. House of various cultures. Between heritage and traditional crafts, from the different waves of immigration and a new generation of contemporary artists, the culture in South Africa is varied. This country between African roots and European influences offers a wealth of traditions to discover. Indeed, more than 10 languages are spoken in the country, 10 major religions are practiced, and more than 30 ethnic groups coexist. Different cultural heritages are also recognized, including Zulu culture or Afrikaner myths. South Africa is known as the Rainbow Nation because it is made up of so many diverse cultures and religions. Within the borders of South Africa are the Zulu, Xhosa, Pedi, Tswana, Ndebele, Khoisan, Hindus, Muslims, and Afrikaners, to name a few. There are 11 official languages. While in most African countries, indigenous languages were frowned upon and overwhelmingly prohibited by colonizing nations, in South Africa, they were treated in a whole new way. They have never been banned there. In reality, they even encouraged local people to speak their own language. As a result, South Africa's most widely spoken official language is Zulu, with over 27 million speakers, while Afrikaans comes in only third and English fourth. The total number of languages spoken in South Africa is around 34 languages, including 11 official languages. Because of this multitude of official languages, most South African citizens are at least bilingual. So, here we are at the end of our video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't hesitate to like it and share it with others. Also, do not hesitate to watch other amazing videos that we have prepared for you on our channel, Africa Revealed. Bless.